Hi guys, today I wanted to show you how to fix your own gamepads, especially the membrane buttons. For example, on this one, select start and analog doesn't really work. You will need only double-sided tape and some aluminum foil. And just let's take a look inside. Make sure that you know the one of the screws that's right here. Which one is it? It's sometimes a different length depending on the gamepad, and gently remove all the buttons and the motors, the vibration motors. Keep in mind one thing, that often this is a separate board, and this light over here is keeping this board also clamped. So let's gently remove all of this, and you should be able to pull the board itself from its place. So remove the cable also. Yeah, it comes right out. So as you can see here, these are the I think this is made out of graphite maybe, or some conductive material. What you can do, because this is a higher quality gamepad than the cheapest you probably could get on the market, and you could probably start with cleaning this with rubbing alcohol or any kind of spirit that's clear enough, and just wipe all of this. Well, you can do that, but that may not always work. What I found that sometimes this is worn out to the extent that it's no longer possible to fix any of this using simply by cleaning it. Let me just do a quick clean on this, and we will get back to the topic. Okay, so you may have similar situation with those buttons, but you would have to remove all of this from it. I mean, remove the board from all of this and do basically the same. But I wanted to focus on this part, and what I will be doing here is cut a bit of double-sided tape. Let me just cut the part I want. So for example, this one, I will just start by gluing the double-sided tape to aluminum foil. Doesn't really matter what kind of aluminum foil you will have. The food, the one for food storage is perfectly fine. And let me just do a quick cutout. And you want to have something size of those two pads, or this circle over here. So let's just cut this out. This seems to be around the correct size. Let me remove the other side of this double-sided tape and just stick it in here instead of those, I think, graphite bumpers basically. So this will short out the same. The button will work exactly the same, and as you can see here, the important part is that the aluminum tape will stay inside at all times except when it's pressed. So as you can see, it's pretty flush from this side, but when I press it, it sticks out, and it won't move because of the double-sided tape. Let me just do exactly the same to the other buttons. Okay, so I'm basically done. What you want to keep in mind, I won't be doing this to the directional and the figures over here. Because this method works, but it will make your buttons a bit stiffer, and what you want to have is the original stiffness of a button, especially if you have original gamepad like here. So just don't do it if you don't have to do this. But this will basically fix it for you. It's perfectly fine to do this with the start select button because you're not using it that often. And for example, if you have some issues with those the buttons on the analogs, you probably will have to replace those two. Let me just show you how the bumper works. And if you remove the circuit board over here, so you can see it exactly the same technology, but it's basically closed in this nice plastic packaging. So that's a bit easier to do. Remember to always start with some rubbing alcohol to maybe clean up this board, and maybe it will work from then. If not, use metal like so. Let's put it back together, keeping in mind the way it was before, and I will test it out. When putting back the motors, be gentle with the cables and keep in mind they are on two sides. They are like so flat, and it corresponds to those parts. So put the flat parts on the edges. Similar stuff goes with the smaller motor. It goes only one way. On all gamepads that are a bit better quality, there are points where the other side clamps down here. So keep in mind that something will be pressing on those points, and here and also here. And don't route the cables through this. Try to route them like so. Otherwise, you will be clamping down the motor cables. Okay, so I'm done. Let's test it out. Every single time. Time for PS2 mode. Alright,